Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch along of Burnley versus Man City in the opening game of the 2023-24 Premier League season. Hope you guys do enjoy this live watch along and many more to come during the Premier League season and football season to come. Hope it'll be a good game, folks.
However, when 11 players of Burnley cross that line, the reality is going to hit home that they're playing against an exceptional football team. But Pep Guardiola's team will also recognise...
So keep your questions coming, like, sub and subscribe and vote in the chat who you think is going to win, Burnley, Man City or a draw. I think it's going to be a good game. Burnley versus Man City. Champions of the Championship versus the Premier League champions.
It's absolutely amazing to see a club come up from the Championship. We've seen it before with Brentford a couple of years ago. They are so pumped inside this stadium, it's untrue, and yet I say it's electric. Let's hope this first 10 minutes to get a great start. And Vincent Kompany's just walked out onto the pitch to an unbelievable reception.
Commentary team at Cartmore this evening, Jamie Carragher and Rob Hawthorne.
And so the reigning Premier League champions begin the defence of their title against the man who captained them to their first fall. Vincent Kompany's charges, facing the best that there is, the best that there has been for some time at this level. Kompany himself says the aspect of management that makes him most nervous is recruitment, and on his managerial debut in this division, James Trafford, signed from Manchester City in the summer, is one of 5 newcomers starting the evening.
It's going to be a good game. Just keep your questions coming, folks. Like, sub and subscribe if you're new to the channel, folks.
At West Brom, Sander Berge played at this level with Sheffield United, from whom he joined just 2 days ago. Swiss international Seki Amdouni and promising young Italian Luca Conioscio make up the group of players making their competitive debuts for Burnley, whilst Lyle Foster, who joined in the second half of last season, becomes the latest South African player to join the Premier League ranks. Jack Cork, Johan Berg Gudmundsson and Josh Brownhill, who were all here in the relegation season, start on the bench with Nathan Redmond, who's back in England after a year in Turkey. Pep Guardiola makes 5 changes from the team that started the Community Shield and ended with a defeat on penalties. Edison replaces Stefan Ortega in goal, and there are injuries among the regulars ahead of him. Ruben Diaz has a concussion, John Stones an adductor muscle problem, so Nathan Ake and Rico Lewis...
This actually looks like a very nice kit for Man City. Man City's away kit looks very nice.
Because of the injury he got in the Champions League final, is in from the start. Jack Grealish is left out, so Phil Foden comes in.
Come on, Foden. I basically got you, Haaland and Foden. So
Josko Gvardiol isn't thrown in immediately. He and Mateo Kovacic are held back for the time being. Well, they'll have to set aside their affection for each other tonight, Pep Guardiola and Vincent Kompany, as they go head to head. And what a summer this man's had, Jamie, James Trafford. Yeah, he's been outstanding.
I'm interested to see how James Trafford does. He was doing well for Bolton last season. He did very well for England under 21s at the under 21s championships in the summer. So I'm interested to see how he does.
For a goalkeeper who's maybe got not too much experience, but as I said, he's an outstanding young talent, and I think he's only going to get better. But for Phil Foden, that is a really big season, and maybe even a big game today. And there's talk of Manchester City still trying to bring in Paquetá as an attacking midfield player with a left foot. I think sooner or later Phil Foden has to nail a position down in this team and be a regular week in, week out, and hopefully he can produce the goods tonight. all the players are going to have to get used to a new approach from referees this season. A less tolerant approach to time wasting and dissent. And Craig Pawson is the man overseeing the first Premier League match of this season. We have Michael Oliver for support on VAR. Well, what a challenge for the all-conquering championship champions. 101 points they achieved during that season. They've only lost twice in 2023. Once here to Queen's Park Rangers and once to Manchester City in an FA Cup quarter-final.
So this is going to be interesting.
Ahead of the start of the season, the important message about equality inside and outside football resonates. But after Alcaraz and the Ashes,
The Premier League is back and on the way with the start of the opening game of the Premier League season. Burnley versus Manchester City, the Sky Bet Championship champions versus the Premier League champions.
here was part of that Burnley success. He was on loan, but that move
Keep your questions are coming, like, sub and subscribe if you are new to the channel, folks. I will highly appreciate you all.
which City won handsomely, 6-0. And here's Nathan Ake, who was an injury concern coming into this season, missed the Community Shield.
So keep your questions are coming. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys basically put in front of me. I'm happy to answer anything if you want me to.
Also an intriguing battle. We saw it in the FA Cup last season, but Vincent Kompany was sure.
So it's not going to be an easy start for a Burnley side who will come up from the Championship. But I do see Man City winning this because they're just that good of a side.
Well, his own fullback, Connor Roberts, has already touted him as a future Manchester City manager, but he's batted away any kind of talk.
So I'm interested to see how he plays, the philosophy, how Vincent Kompany does in the Premier League.
The captain who led them to last season's unique feat, of course, Ilkay Gundogan no longer around, Riyad Mahrez no longer around either. It'll be interesting to see if those changes affect City's defence of their title, although they have been active in bringing players in Guardiola and Kovacic. Here's Manuel Akanji, who was one of these signings of last season. Great long reach from Edison. De Bruyne. Here's Bernardo Silva. City already trying to get into their stride. It's broken up successfully though, and Duty looking to get it clear for Burnley.
Yeah, coming into the game, we asked Vincent Kompany before the game what his game plan was. We always ask managers, they never tell us. I mean, more often than not, it was a back four for Burnley last season. But they've gone in here tonight against Manchester City with a back five. So as I said, that is partly an adaptation to the Premier League. At times you do have to just change your way of thinking.
Here comes Man City, folks. Good play with De Bruyne. Out for a corner to Manchester City, folks.
De Bruyne out there. He's used pre-season to good effect. They had a match against Mainz in which he had a couple of separate teams out. They lost it 3-0, although that's slightly misleading because it was 1-0 over 90 minutes and they played an extra 30 in which they conceded 2 goals.
It's a really good game. It's going to be a really good, positive game. So it's a corner for Manchester City.
Bernardo Silva and De Bruyne.
Ball's crossed in. Header across the field. Goal! Goal! And straight away, folks, within about 3 minutes in, Man City go 1-0 up. And it is Erling Haaland. When Man City left off last season, where Erling Haaland left off last season, he's back in the goal-scoring trend inside the first 3 minutes of the start of the new Premier League season. Man City 1, Burnley 0, Erling Haaland.
But Rodri does fantastic. He picks Haaland out. And there's two defenders round, and just watch Hill and Haaland. Always on his toes, always alive. And just
It's a good finish from Haaland. But what was Burnley defending? No one picking up Haaland in the box. Just gave him free roam. Didn't make back. Gave basically he's all marked. Gave him free space. You don't. I am. It's just a bit. How was it? You don't give Haaland space. You don't give Haaland space and time to basically have a chance. Because if you do, you are going to be in trouble. And you have just given Haaland the first sniff of the season, and he has taken it with so ease. And also for my fantasy team, that's points. Points on the fantasy board. Points on the fantasy board. And he's also my captain as well. So, and vice captain is Phil Foden. Just let you know, folks. I don't know who assisted it, because I want to give them a little bit of credit as well. The assist was by Rodri, folks. A Rodri assist. But it is Man City 1, Burnley 0. So, we'll go and get the first clip of the Premier League season. Straight away. Boom.
Think of that great goal that he got in the Burnabout on the way to that treble success. And he found the bottom corner that night. This game back, just finding his range. It was a success that De Bruyne himself wasn't ultimately able to enjoy because he went off injured, as he had during his previous Champions League final experience. The goal that Haaland scored was his first touch of the game. Hugely significant one. Here's a Kanji. Edison looks so cool then. And some of the goalkeepers have been spooked. But Burnley doing their best to respond by finding attack the best form of defence, and they could be in there.
Oh, is that a penalty? They're asking for a penalty, Burnley are.
Unconvinced. Well, he definitely had a bit of the shit. It's just whether he let go just in time. It just gets away from him. And I think he just lets go at the right time. He just doesn't have hold it for maybe long enough. Just puts him off enough. And the goalkeeper's there to the rescue. Just got hold of his arm there.
Hello, mate. Who do you think is going to win? There's no point. I think Man City are going to win. I said it at the start, and then they're going to score within about 3 minutes.
Probably just lets go at the right time.
Well, it was checked quickly by Michael Oliver, and the on-field decision was backed up. That is, of course, an aspect in the Premier League when decisions are being looked at again that does cause delays. That isn't so much of an issue in the EFL, where we have seen those great lengths of time added on.
Yeah, I mentioned before about Bailey playing a back five, but it's a man-to-man marking system. You just see, he just goes in there, wins it, up against.
But keep your questions coming, folks. Man.
This crowd's been lifted by the fact he really pressed the goalkeeper before, right on top, and almost got it. He just had the challenge there from a Kanji. It certainly lifted the crowd, but interesting to see how they cope with that man-to-man marking system. Manchester City, they can drag those Bailey defenders out of position.
Just keep your questions coming, folks.
There may be questions as to whether the defence will be strong enough to keep them in this division, but they might fancy their chances of making an impression at the other end. Josh Cullen is playing his first Premier League match in over 5 years since his West Ham days. He's over this free kick and lifts it out to Alderkeel, who couldn't make anything of it. I mean, Alderkeel, who was born in Iraq but actually plays his international football for Belgium. He made his debut for them only in June against Austria.
So guys, keep your questions coming, like, subscribe if you're new to the channel.
powers of recovery were strong in the Championship, Burnley, but it remains to be seen whether they can continue their trend now that they're back at the higher level. This is Nathan Ake. Competition now for Ake with the arrival of Vardiol, who can play as a left-sided centre-back or left-back. Here's Rodri.
Hello mate, hope you are enjoying the stream. It is Burnley 0, Manchester City 1. First goal of the Premier League season scored by Erling Haaland. Didn't take him that long, took about 3 minutes.
Looks set to stay at City now. Dara O'Shea stepping in on the throw-in, and this is Rodri.
So hopefully you guys do enjoy the stream. Like, sub and subscribe if you are new to the channel, folks.
Sitting in front of that back four or back three at times.
It's a foul conceded by Kolyoshu, who's a teenager, Italian international, part of their squad that won the Euro under-19s.
Hopefully Burnley can come back from that error and then go and think what we could do to do better.
Dooney losing out. Picked up by Rodri, finds Kevin De Bruyne, who swings another dangerous one in, and it's that.
Oh, they just can't mark Haaland at the moment, can Burnley? Burnley at the moment cannot mark Haaland at all. They are literally, if he's on his A game, which he always is in most games, is Erling Haaland, he will score a hatful today. He will score a hatful today.
The two wide centre-backs.
So at the moment, Burnley are trying it. Just busy setting up a clip for you folks.
This is a player that James Trafford might have hoped to succeed one day. He's confident in his own ability. The new Burnley goalkeeper who's moved.
Just keep the questions coming, and hopefully you guys do enjoy the stream. Questions will be coming. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the stream because it's, yeah.
Certainly be a bit of bravery about the way that Burnley play. Connor Roberts operating on the right. He had played on the left
Sorting out.
in their final pre-season match in Germany.
Hopefully, I'm hoping you guys are enjoying it. Like,
here's a Kanji.
so, and hopefully it will be a good game. Man City having a lot of the ball. Burnley are trying their best to try and get the ball back, but that's if something happens in the game. But here comes Burnley, folks. Keep your questions are coming. Obviously, that's just some tiling up, to be honest. Cleared. But here comes Burnley.
Here's Cullen. This is Fire. Back to him from Dara O'Shea. Foster.
So you guys, keep your questions are coming. Let's get some questions in the chat.
We're still a work in progress. A lot of upheaval here. Into double figures in terms of signings, with more still to follow. Here's Roberts.
Here comes Burnley on the attack, folks. just passing the ball around at the moment. 40 minutes played. At the moment, they're just passing the ball around this Man City. Oh, what a ball. It's good play from Burnley. That's a good ball. That's a good ball. It's going to have a shot. Oh, just over the top. Put a bit too much power on the shot by the young Italian. And over the top. That's started to be very encouraging for Burnley. Hopefully that can get him a bit more encouragement, because it's the first bigger shot attempt of the game. Hopefully it can be of encouragement for the players.
That's the first time you've seen the crowd get excited with the actual football, and the other time has been actually the
so Burnley have had 30 on pressure and 14 in the final third.
It's evident from the start of last season against Huddersfield that Burnley were determined not only to get out of the division with results, but to do so with style.
But now Man City are on the ball. Let's see what Man City can do. Oh, we already know what Man City can do. They've got so much talent in their side. They can pass teams to death. At the moment, but AO, we just got to wait and see how if Burnley can cope with the Man City press. But, Ayo, what do you think the score is going to be? I have literally no idea, mate. But, it all depends. Depends how the game goes. Depends how the style of how both teams go. And is that a foul? Free kick to Manchester City. Foul on Haaland by Jordan. You don't want to give Man City any space near, especially central, when you've got likes of De Bruyne on that can take good free kicks. You just have to be on point and just, you can give free kicks to Man City, but just don't give them anywhere near, like, oh, they took a quick, oh, Man City took a quick free kick, and good save by James Trafford in the Burnley goal. I am thinking 3-2. Is that Man City? Who are you thinking 3-2 for? Because if you're going to go 3-2, it could be for any team. You could go 3-2 Burnley or 3-2 Man City. If you're going to put who you think is going to, what score's going to be put, like, if you think it's going to be 3-2, go 3-2 Burnley or 3-2 Man City, so at least I know what team you think is going to win the game. Because it could be 3-2 any team, so you know. Just so it makes it easier for me to read your question.
Now Coutinho. Koleosho's look lively, as has Amdouni, who takes on Ake and gets his shot away. Straight forward for Edison.
Oh, really good football. They're getting into it a lot more now, Burnley, in terms of getting on the ball, making passes, really cute in and around the box.
But another good attempt for Burnley. Oh, Man City win. Okay. Put down in the chat, folks, where you're watching from in the world. Because I am interested to hear where you're watching from in the world.
In the summer, so it's a real coup for Burnley to get hold of him. That'll really build the confidence. They can actually get on the ball and cause Manchester City problems. Besides the actual corner in the goal, you can see they've actually done well, Burnley.
Then Amdouni, they've got a player who's actually the joint top scorer in the Europa Conference League last season.
Keep the questions coming. Keep the conversation going, because it's the start of the Premier League season. We want this to be an entertaining stream. I want this to be my best season for streaming. I want to stream a bit more regularly. I'm going to try and stream Chelsea as much as I can, because they are my club. But it's just been a foul on Lewis. Where are you from in England? Where are you watching from in England?
And that's something that any fan watching, you're tearing your hair out when you see one of your players do that. You see, give the initial pass away, maybe he's frustrated, but Connor Roberts has got
Foul by Connor Roberts winning a bit by pushing over Rico Lewis. But it's a foul because you can't go and push someone. You can't just go and push someone. So it's a bit... But, guys, let me know if you're enjoying the stream. Like, sub, and subscribe. Hit the like button. I want this to be the best the streaming I've had this season. I'm going to try my best, folks, and try and do a watcher. I don't want to tell you because it's private information. If you... pal. It's not... It's private information if you tell me, oh, I live at this address, this and that, and you tell me where you actually live. I'm just saying about the town, the actual place. Do you live in, say, Manchester, Birmingham, London, Newcastle, Brighton, stuff like that? All you have to do is just say the town. You don't have to give your address, your postcode, all that. I've told a lot of people, I live in Portsmouth. That is it. That's where I'm living. That's where I'm based. This is where the stream is based, in Portsmouth. That's all thank you very much. Because that's why I just asked for you just to put like the place. That's because it's just nice to know where you're watching it from. London, nice. Oh, Kevin De Bruyne, I was thinking of putting you in my fantasy team. I was thinking of putting you in my fantasy team, but you are injury prone. Could it be that Kevin De Bruyne on the opening day, the opening game of the Premier League season, could be injured on game 1? And it looks like Kevin De Bruyne is injured. The guy who has been out, not played any pre-season. I don't think he even played in the Community Shield against Arsenal because of his injury that he got in the Champions League final last season against Inter Milan. Has played one game and only played 22 minutes, and he is already injured. And it looks like Mateo Kovacic is coming on. Mateo! I have respect for you. As a Chelsea fan, I have respect for you, Mateo Kovacic. Even though you're wearing a Man City shirt, I can't say what you did for us. To be a part of a side who done the treble win, not the domestic treble, but the European treble, the cup win, the Champions League, the FIFA World Cup, and the Super Cup, which is the European treble. So I have a lot of respect for Kovacic because of what he did. The guy was a workhorse for our club, and he did whatever he can. Mateo Kovacic is on. Kevin De Bruyne off injured after 22 minutes of the season. Wow. What a start, folks. What a start to the season. Oh, hello. Doing well. Thank God I didn't put him in my fantasy team. No, I've not put him in because I just known that he's not played any pre-season. I don't think he played in the Community Shield game against Arsenal, so that's why I didn't want to take a risk in case he got injured on game 1, and he did after 22 minutes. but he's not done enough pre-season to basically help him with his injury. That's why I've gone with the other person who tends to assist him more than De Bruyne if De Bruyne's not playing, which is Phil Foden. Because the other one who assists Haaland a lot usually is Jack Grealish, but he's on the bench. That was out, ref. That was out.
Rodri.
Looks a bit different. And one on a side note, folks, I can do a side note. Have it up your Liverpool. You're not nicking a player from us yet. You cheeky little scroungers. Have you heard about that? That Liverpool tried to sneakily come in for Caicedo, think they're going to get him, and now the players being loyal to us because we've been the only team in for him all summer. Yep, and that just showed, and that's because we were the only team that were loyal and actually were interested in him through the whole entire window. So he's basically showing loyalty, and that's respect. Liverpool have only come in for him because we've gone in for a player that they've been into the entire window. So they thought they'll go and do it to us. But they forgot the one thing, it's not up to the club if he goes, it's if the player wants to go. Even you've told me that. That it's not up to the club if the player goes, it's up to the player if he wants to go. He already did. He put a transfer request, he's even not turned up to training. Yeah. He has. He put a transfer request in weeks ago. It's just Burnley have not Brighton have not responded to it. Go on, Burnley. That's the thing.
Brilliant from Rodri, absolutely brilliant. I mentioned his role. He's had since he come in at City. There was a mistake made, but a whole midfield player at times is there to help you get out of trouble. You lose the ball in a dangerous situation.
So guys, keep on in your questions. Just on a side note, let me know your thoughts on Liverpool putting the bid in for Caicedo, and Caicedo saying he doesn't want to go to Liverpool, and that he's interested in going to Chelsea because we've been the only team interested in him the whole transfer window. I'd like to hear your guys' views on that.
Talk of the worry of burnout with the likes of him and De Bruyne, who's already had to go off tonight.
Here comes Burnley.
Foster making progress for Burnley.
Oh, nearly go by Lyle Foster, the South African international. Good attempt by Foster, just wide of Edison's far post. But good effort by Burnley.
Certainly looked for the cross, but does well. Just got his head down. Just been in those positions a couple of times. Remember the left footer one before, but here they go again.
It's Kolyosha, and it's Rodri with another important tackle. Last ditch this time. Okay, with the header away.
So keep your questions coming. I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys put in front of me. I'm happy to hear everything and anything, but within reason, folks.
You're right, Rob. Any team that goes 1-0 down, I think it's Manchester City really feel the worst.
Burnley look like they're not gonna go down without a fight.
City themselves are looking more unsettled at the moment.
I mentioned Rodri's role before. Manchester City sloppy with Rico Lewis. And then doing it just
It's gonna be interesting to see what you guys.
and Rodri just slips up the danger. You look at Pep Guardiola, he's already changed it when Kevin De Bruyne came off, even though City were 1-0 up. And he was thinking they've got to try and get some sort of control in this game. Trying to take the sting out of this crowd.
Well, he was right with his
So,
analogy.
for half an hour played, 30 minutes played, folks. Burnley 0, Man City 1.
Right back at the bottom of it again now, and it is a very stony area. And Burnley are proving a hazardous first obstacle to overcome. Won back well by Josh Cullen, who's a real favourite of Vincent Kompany. He took him from England to Belgium with Anderlecht, and he was one of his first signings when he got the job at Turf Moor. There's Connor Roberts, who was relegated in his first season here, but part of the revival that brought them back.
Come on. There we go. They're playing that from the back of Burnley. Is that a throw into Man City? I think it is a throw into Man City.
Here's Rico Lewis. Over the way to Berger. Duty's helped it out to Collier.
So guys, keep your questions coming. This sounds like it's going to be a really tough game for Burnley, but they're giving it the best of their ability.
Rodri. City won't mind the tag of being labelled boring, I'm sure, as long as they're successful. And you see it over a long period of time, they're anything but. Sometimes their football can be hypnotic. There's a difference between hypnotic and boring. Here's Bernardo Silva.
So keep your questions, they're coming. And Man City, I think, it's going to come on more goals, but it all just depends on how they attack the game.
Moved on by Foden, they're getting back into their stride again here. Silva finds Nathan Ake.
You've been out all day?
Manchester City
Oh.
right now just want to make some passes. Of course, they want
Oh,
to
yeah.
shape up. At the time being, I think they're just happy. Just knocking between each other. As I said, take the sting out of the crowd, move themselves up the pitch.
Yeah, because I always think you're busy, because most of the time you are.
Here's Silva. Carl Walker. Kanji's cross that took a deflection on the way through. Al Nikhil still able to cope with it. Foden.
Okay.
Now Ake. This is Rodri. Alvarez.
Wow.
Lewis.
Wow, it sounds like there's an uprising at Leeds going. And when I mean uprising is when a player when they've got an unsatisfied player and it's just going to cause a rift in the club. Yeah, Gananto is refusing to play for Leeds, but Leeds are refusing to sell. That's bad. Yep, so
Here's Kovacic.
Kovacic. Foden.
Juggle with it.
Oh, I wanted him to get an assist because it'd be more points.
That was just a little sample of what I was talking about, what you normally see from Manchester City, those brilliant combinations between players.
You're my vice captain, Phil Foden.
The goalkeeper does well in the end, but just got crowded out.
Lion certainly seeing an opportunity to step forward, but having been dispossessed, they have a problem.
Here we go.
Now,
Oh, what a... Oh, unlucky.
cleared by O'Shea.
And to give you some other news quickly, Chelsea are close to signing that youngster from Southampton.
Here's Rodri.
Foden. This is a good play.
Foden.
Oh, this is Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker at his best.
Back and Alvarez draws
Out.
it in and
Oh, Haaland. Bow down. Even though I'm not a Man City fan, bow down. I have to bow down to that talent.
there's a wall.
The only people that will never do that will be basically a Man City or a Liverpool fan because they both hate Man City's guts. Or may I hate Man City's guts.
For Erling Haaland.
But what a goal.
But he's got 2 goals, that's what he does.
No, oh, Man United, wait.
Far side with Kyle Walker. I think it's Foster.
My words ain't coming right, I'm just yeah.
See that. And Erling Haaland, look, he doesn't even really
Usually when you
he just knows exactly where he is.
yeah, when you get shell shocked, sometimes your words don't come out right because you didn't expect that to come out the blue.
He doesn't even look up.
Wow.
Control, one touch, right into that top corner. And that's why he is the best goal scorer in world football right now.
And there we go, folks. 2-0. Haaland.
52 last
Yes.
season, and the first 2 already of this.
Not
And he may
not a lot. You go, someone's put in the chat, what's your thoughts on the Caicedo drama? I'm not,
Here's Amdouni.
yeah, I'm not really, Caicedo, I know he wanted to come, he was willing to accept an offer ages ago. And that's when I'm going to give him, I'm not hating the player, I'm hating Brighton Football Club. Because we put in a bid of 65, and apparently Caicedo accepted, not 85, 65 mil we put in for him. He accepted 65 on the table. The player said he'll come to Chelsea for 65, but Brighton said no. So basically the player knows how much he values himself.
Alan's corner to try and open City up, but he goes long and
Which a lot of players don't do that these days.
to deal with the threat. O'Shea loses out, and Lewis has men breaking ahead of him and either side of him, but he's
And apparently he... But the main good thing is that Caicedo is in London with his representatives. So it could be any day now. But apparently they do want to get Caicedo done. They said they want to get it. Chelsea said they want to get Caicedo done tonight. But also, there's been another development which I don't want to happen, which is Kepa could go to Bayern Munich. The only difference is people think it will we need to strengthen in the midfield because that's the most positions of the players that we have let go. So we just... But no one else will want to come to us because we're not in Europe. So we have to go down the route of going not bigger player.
Alvarez bends this one in. Cleared for now by Bayer. Kovacic.
But that's because...
Push there.
But I'll be happy with...
That man, best goal scorer in world football. You look at his touches in the
Yeah.
game. That's been heavily involved, but how often did we say that last season?
Yeah, but look,
Never been
even
a wonderful striker in the Premier
yeah.
League.
But a lot of the fan base are not blaming the player. They're blaming the football club because it's them that's causing all the hassle. Because the player would have been with us ages ago because he himself accepted a 65 mil bid. It's the club that said no that made it drag on. So it's not the player's fault. It's Brighton. No, but I'm just saying and answering the question which someone put, and I'm saying that's my thoughts on it is that it's been dragged on more by Brighton than the player, and the player's had to then step himself into it to basically try and get it done by putting a transfer request, by not turning up to training, to then think I don't want to be here, let me go. Well, we could always. He did. He put in a transfer request and it's just that Brighton did nothing about it. It literally went as far as he put a transfer request in and Brighton did nothing about it. After that, nothing came of it. So it's like they just brushed it aside and just didn't do anything to it. He's not. Brighton have only put him at 100 mil because of Declan Rice was valued at 100 mil and he plays in exactly the same position. That's the only reason. They've...
There was a time before they got him where they had to go back and win a title without a
Yeah.
central number 9 after their
Yeah.
pursuit of Harry Kane
Oh.
failed.
But... See, wow. So that's your take on it, but really the actual problem is they've done it because of the... They put that value on, and as soon as the bid for Declan Rice came in, they put in the 100 mil price tag in. Yep.
Here's Silva.
I mean, I do feel for Burnley, I have to say that they've done really well in this half in lots of ways. It's not like the goalkeeper's been overweight.
But really, I just don't want to think about it because all it is at the moment, when you see anything to do with Chelsea, all it is about the FFP. There's nothing else at the moment. And and the other thing is FFP because that's what's all been talked about most of the summer because we've been investigated twice. One by UEFA, but we've gone and accepted it, and then this one.
Should have been their opening away match against.
We're doing, but apparently we could be. Brighton could accept 90. We've put, but at least we put in 90 and not gone for the 100. But at least we took our time.
Villa and Tottenham to come here next.
Even the player himself doesn't value himself at that price.
A long home start. It's not an easy home start for Vincent Kompany and his side. Newcastle and Aston Villa both qualified for Europe by virtue of their league positions last season. They go head to head in our first Saturday night football of the new season from 5 o'clock on Sky Sports Premier League.
I'm not blaming Chelsea Football Club. I'm blaming. Yeah, but the other thing is, our fan base says there's quite a lot. If they're going to look at us, why are you not looking at the main culprits who do it more times than what we have, and that's Manchester City? I would say that I know what I want to say, but I won't say it while I'm streaming because I could get myself into a bit of trouble what I want to say. I can't because it's going close to the bone about another issue because it just reminds me of something else that these remind me of. So I can't really go and mention certain names. I can. Nah, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave it. 'Cause I am not getting myself into trouble.
Kanji.
Because some people can take offence to anything you say in the different contexts. That's how life is. And that.
Here's Alvarez. Here's Rodri.
I just don't wanna say what I wanna say, because it's literally could be on the brink of, could be either offensive, racist, or something like that, and above. It's around. It's in my mind. It's in that lines, but I'm keeping it in my head.
Score lines at the first added time board of the new Premier League season, and it will be 5 minutes, which in a sense is understandable.
5 minutes? Oh yeah, new added on time rule.
Corner, of course, even more prolonged the injury to Kevin De Bruyne and his subsequent substitution.
Yeah, the 2 goals as well. I mean, they're stopping as soon as the ball goes in the net, and then starting the clock again when the game kicks off. And I think some of the players have, I think even Rodri, maybe one who's mentioned something about it. Some of the players are not happy. Obviously, we've got Michael Varane coming out as well.
Have they managed to stay onside here? Phil Foden brings it in, and the flag has stayed down for now. He ended up being tackled, and now the flag does go up. So there was an area of doubt, but not enough for the linesman to lift his flag immediately.
Yeah, just a couple of times now with this man marking system, it's really tight. Phil Foden, I think he may be just offside. It's a lovely first touch. You love watching Phil Foden play when he brings the ball down like that. There's a couple of times now just before that he almost got in behind his defender when Ederson tried to put him behind him. So it's obvious now Manchester City have worked out this type of defensive system that Burnley are playing with the man marking. And at times they're going to leave themselves 1v1, but you know, that's understand, that's the risk that you take. Going back to the actual time, and obviously players maybe not being too happy about it, you have to listen to them. These are top players, but a bigger problem is not playing at a time. Is competitions that these players don't need. Nations League, Manchester City playing the Super Cup. It's always baffled me, the Super Cup. European Cup winners playing against the UEFA Cup winners. Why? I don't know. You know, so I think it's actually games that's a big problem. There's no doubt players who do play far too many matches.
The Champions League will be expanded, and the Club World Cup as well is going to enter the equation.
I mean, I've said it before, I think we treat footballers like cattle, we really do. They're never going to need rest, any break. We're the first to get on top of them, criticising when they don't produce the performances that we expect, but really difficult. The demands placed on them.
Daroshay. Well, he was very cool in his reaction to that. He was under more pressure than he gave the impression of. So do you have less sympathy with the players over the argument over added time? Because that is obviously something they can influence.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, the other times there, maybe not so much today in terms of wasted time. Obviously, we're looking at players going down injured and really are injured, but you know, the clock doesn't have to stop, and you know, it's time to do with the goals. But I think in time, you know, the numbers that we saw that players weekend will come down slightly. And you ask players, don't be wasting time. If everyone's frustrated with it.
Rodri was loose, but got away with it.
You'd be really impressed with the press. I think Vincent Company's been very unlucky. Never created a real big chance. Ford City maybe been a little bit sloppy a few times around the edge of the box. And that's what I'm sure he'll be reiterating at half time, Vincent Company.
Sander Berge wins the header. Here's Vitinho. O'Shea. Here's Bayer. Duty was the target for Trafford. It's back by Walker. Erling Haaland, who got a scoring double on the opening day against West Ham last season.
Half time, folks. Burnley 0, Man City 2.
He comes off, but two sublime strikes have put the Premier League newcomers Burnley under pressure. Not all discouragement for Vincent Kompany. His side have made inroads, denied on a couple of occasions by important defensive interventions by Rodri. But at half-time at Turf Moor, it is Burnley 0, Manchester City 2.
Sounds like Pep's not happy on game 1 already. Is that guy never happy? It's been popular for a second, folks. Won't be long. back, folks. Keep asking, put questions in the chat, like, subscribe, and all that jazz.
It's absolutely spectacular. And you just found out early in this first half that you can play well, but against the top teams in the moments in the game, they can just deliver massive quality and huge quality. That's what Haaland's done.
So Manchester City then leading by 2 goals to 0. It is of course Erling Haaland who's doing everything that he can to get himself.
Yeah, in Haaland show.
For the golden boot. He's got the first and the second for Manchester City.
After this, folks, we will, just to make it easier for you, so I'm gonna, even though I think I've already got a playlist for watch-alongs, but I might do it to separate them and put them as a whole in one stream. But then if you want to watch them separately, as in league-wise, the main ones, I'll just do them separate, so then it makes it easier. Because people might not want to watch certain ones. So it just makes it easier for people to find them. But I'll do that after the stream's over. Just to let you know, I won't be doing a live watch along tomorrow, because I'm going to give myself a little bit of a break, ready for Chelsea versus Liverpool on the Sunday. Yes! Ha 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 ha! Shove it up, you Liverpool! Shove it up, you! Chelsea have just put in a new bid. We've just gone and literally just robbed, mugged off Liverpool for everything they're worth. And you know what makes it funny? We've only gone up by literally a couple of pounds to what they put. Chelsea are working on a British record 150 mil bid. And we're known for breaking records because we did it with Fernandez. We're going to do it with this one. But that just teaches Liverpool you can try and nick him from us, but you're not. Bugger off. There are a couple of ice nicking players from us. But the main one has been in the last couple of years, has been Barcelona. Yeah. Happy days all round. And hopefully, Burnley, I hope you get a goal in the second half. Check some scores on the doors for you folks. It's finished in La Liga, Almeria 0, Real Vallecano 2. And you got the German Pokal Cup, which had Hanover versus Sandhausen, that ended 3-0, with Sandhausen winning 4-2 on penalties. Mönchengladbach won 7-0. And then you got Schalke at the moment, who are 2-0 up against Eintracht Braunschweig, folks. And then in League 1, at the moment it's half-time in one of the games in League 1, which is Nice 1, Lille 0. Wow. You know, that is just funny. The opening game, folks, of the Saudi Pro League, which is Al Hazim versus Al Hilal, which is the team that also got Riyad Mahrez and Roberto Firmino playing for them. They have won 3-1 at home. Hat-trick on debut for Roberto Firmino. That guy's just a talent. And he was the only player at Liverpool I actually liked. Because he literally would play good at any club he played for. And one of the assists for Firmino's goals was actually done by Riyad Mahrez. Check some any other questions for you folks. Which is in the Coppa Italia, which is also known here on Pisa nil. These are some of them are finished. Another one that has finished is Udinese 4. Catanzaro 1. Wow.
Well, there were some people who think that they love the intensity of that, the relentlessness, that's why he's a genius and wins as he does. And then there'll be others that say...
And then the other games, which are still one's at half time, which is Siena 0, Bologna 1. And just started in the second half is Genoa 2, Modena 2.
He's a perfectionist, and everyone knows that. I think what he's doing is he's demanding more from Erling Haaland, but Haaland doesn't flinch. He doesn't move. He doesn't, he's obviously taking on board what he's saying. But Pep, we've seen him do it so often in the past with other players, and he's looking for a reaction. He's looking for a response, and he's firing him up. That's exactly what he does. It's his methods. And
so keep your questions are coming, folks. Like, sub, and subscribe to the channel. We are.
To get on the score sheet in this game as well. They've been impressive at times.
They played really good in the game. I think obviously Manchester City are sort of an opponent that punishes you just through really sort of world-class moments from De Bruyne.
Be interested to see if Burnley can at least try and get a goal, trying to create something in the second half.
The shape's good.
But apart from that, we'll wait and see how it goes.
To play against many teams better than this, if any team better than this all season.
Vincent Kompany said he wanted his team to learn from every experience. Do they look as though they've learned during the course of that first half?
absolutely, because they've been competitive. Yes, they're 2-0 down.
So,
There's been moments, I think,
get your questions that come in, folks, because you will be getting some new playlists on the channel, which will be playlists for Serie A games, League 1 games, and for the Premier League games. So if you want to see some for the League 1, Premier League, all like that, but all clips, they will be all going on to one playlist, so you can watch them all on one spot. But if you want to watch them just for their respective leagues, they'll all be going on to a separate playlist on their own, starting from the start of the actual Premier League season. So after this game is finished, you'll be getting some new playlists. You'll be getting playlists for the Liga, La Liga, no, not La Liga, Liga, Serie A, and the Premier League. But I'm also, and then other leagues will just go on to the other playlist, which will be the football watch along playlist. While I'm doing the main leagues.
Well, he's had his first touch of the second half, Haaland. He was demanding an early ball there from Rodri, which...
So guys, keep your questions to coming, like, sub and subscribe if you are new to the channel, folks.
Manchester City finding themselves bogged down by the Burnley presence there, and Koleosho is trying to get them on the front foot and take on Nathan Ake. In towards Foster, but he lets it run by him, and Kanji then does likewise. No further changes at half-time. City were forced into that one in the first half with Kevin De Bruyne's latest setback.
Come on, here we go. Man City 2-0 up against Burnley. Second half has just gone away.
Something like the pass from Kanji in the end. Foden looking for a way through to Alvarez. James Trafford, who didn't concede a single goal in England's Euro under-21 win in the summer and saved a penalty in the final. And he'd let a goal in after 3 minutes here, and then was followed by another from Erling Haaland.
So hopefully we get. Come on, Burnley, just at least try and create something. Burnley are come out a bit more with intensity. So at least try and get something out of this game, even if it's just a goal.
Veteran himself, he's only in his mid-20s, Sander Berger.
I want to know.
Rodri. By Cullen. It's a back from Anduni. Roberts. Settling into their style neatly again in the second half.
So, Burnley are on the ball at the moment, folks. Man City might take them a while to get going in this game.
Fire to Berger. Berger looking for a gap there that was plugged by Walker before Tigno could get on the scene. Burnley haven't scored against Manchester City in their last 7 meetings.
So, hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. Like, sub, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Oh, let's hope you guys are enjoying this. I'll put a poll out for you folks.
Started to go inside, changed his mind.
Just a slight little change. I think Pep Guardiola might have made at half time. It's Phil Foden and Alvarez are playing really narrow. I think that'll have something to do with how Burnley is setting up. Maybe that man marking system, people jumping out on top of them, but there's no great width in the Man City team. We only associate up with that 4-3-3. Pep Guardiola really wide. But all the times he changes his system. You see how narrow Phil Foden is there, trying to get the centre ball, him and Alvarez.
Wide options no longer available to him in Riyad Mahrez, which is what might present a longer-term opportunity for Cole Palmer at a time where he had been linked with a loan move away. Grealish, another option for width that Manchester City have up their sleeves. Alderkirk looking for the right
Hello.
stop. Away from Walker, Akanji across the
Go on, Burnley.
Foster did well to retain.
Oh.
Needed Lewis in the end to clear.
Did your phone die again?
Bernardo Silva, who's attempting to free Haaland, but fire.
Did your phone die again?
Here's Cullen.
Ah. Nah, don't mind.
Ake. This is Akanji. Now Lewis. Walker. Foster's won it back from Kovacic. Moody to Foster.
Oh, Burnley nearly got through there.
Yeah, he almost got away Foster. We're going to see him go from Kyle Walker. We know his recovery pace, Kyle Walker. Almost took up against each other towards the end of that first half when Manchester City made that second goal. He just switched off. Foster on that far side, we're seeing Kyle Walker behind him, but and then the small details that matter.
Haaland has made the break in behind Dara O'Shea again. He had to
Way unlucky Haaland, but well defended.
closest to arriving. And O'Shea just delays the danger.
I think Manchester City at times can actually play that ball a lot more with Erling Haaland, making that run in behind. It's very difficult for any defender to cope with him.
Swung out towards Ake. It's here for Rico Lewis. Here's Walker. Silva bends one back in, and it was Bayer's header and
Oh, someone tried to go fancy.
an overhead. Foden's corner. Here's Rodri. This time by Alderkiel. Rodri. Silva bends it in this time, but Burnley's defence standing up to those crosses. Under pressure. Thought Kovacic might be a way out, but they're rolling from the back again.
Ah,
I think that shows City's dominance. They know me. That great dominance, no matter team. Really good.
keep your questions to come in, folks.
I mean, it's startling, isn't it, really? Might be another one. Almost Erling Haaland. I think we see that a lot more as this game goes on. More direct play from Ederson in goal.
Feel sorry
Going
feel sorry for you because you just missed Haaland maybe scoring the goal of the season already. Erling Haaland might have already, but he's up. It's going to be, yeah, but it's going to be. I'm going to put contender for goal of the season. You can put up. There'll be a contender, but there'll be many more to come.
Burnley got their last goal against Manchester City. Robbie Brady
Nah.
scored in a 4-1 defeat.
It's the second one.
Johan Berg Goodmanson, who's on the bench, actually earned them their last point against
The
City.
the second one is more of what. It's hard to score goals like that.
Alvarez with a corner.
He had to turn and then hit it off the bar and in on the turn.
Good scrambling across.
Yeah.
Well, Rodri makes the goalkeeper. And again, I mentioned Burnley's record corner-wise. Last season the Championship wasn't great. And it's something that will have to improve. You know how important set pieces are.
And then you had Phil, and then you have AK fuck off Phil tried to think he's the best player in the world and tried to do an overhead kick and failed.
Here's Berger.
Yeah. Come on, Burnley, put. Lexi literally failed. Say.
Part of 49 years, and the man who scored the winning goal, George Boyd, is here tonight. He scored it actually with a half volley after a poor clearance from a certain Vincent Company.
Good player in his day was George Boyd. Especially in the Championship.
Here's Berger. Now Coutinho.
Ah. Birmingham. Come on, Bowie. Come on, Bowie.
Oh, well, I just love to say, I'm sure he could cope. Certainly can.
Well, he's put himself forward for penalties in the past, hasn't he? And maybe after last week, they might take him up on it.
No matter how good he is on the board, if he ever took a penalty, there's no left-footed goalkeeper will ever outdo Kevin Pressman. Famous penalty right to the top corner.
Edison will be able to prove you wrong now. Foden.
Savon.
Rodri.
Go on.
Alvarez.
Come on, Bowie. Please get a goal, please.
Manchester City playing within themselves here, but feeling is that
But it doesn't even look like they can't. Looks like they can't even get the ball.
just keeping Burnley at bay, keeping them at arm's length.
Oh, great. They're doing the pass the ball, pass the team to death.
Margin for error in these competitive Premier League title races. This is what the last defending champions to lose the opening day the following.
Yeah, just kick lumps out of them.
There's always that question, as Gary mentions, if he's got experience on
Because as they would have done back in the olden days, they would have just literally kicked lumps out of them. And you can get away with it.
Last season felt a little bit flat, you still win the title, but I think there's been 10 teams in Europe who've actually done the treble, and 9 of those teams went on to win the title the next season, so
Oh, 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 oh,
to win the title last season, so winning domestically, it's always difficult to, once you do a treble again or retain the European Cup, you know how difficult that is. There's no doubt these are
Come on, Bowie. Come on, Bowie.
in this country. Finish above these, you'll be winning the title.
There's an incredible upkeep of standards, isn't it, to win a league title in the year after you've won the treble.
Come on, Bowie. Come on.
Helps it on to Haaland. Erling Haaland already there.
Oh, here comes Haaland. Oh, here comes Man City. Oi! Sit down, Alvarez. Oh, sit down.
I mean, how can you ever be critical of Manchester City since this man has came in? But I actually do feel at times you
Let him take the target.
get the ball into him a little bit more direct and get a 1v1 with defenders, and he will bully them. He really will. Brilliant centre forward play from Erling Haaland. He's more than just a goal scorer.
Yeah, he missed it literally. It's only like 2 yards wide, which is so far wide.
Faded somewhat in the second half, so on the hour mark, Vincent Company has made his changes, bringing on Zaruri and Brun Larsen. Players on actually worked quite effectively for them last season. Only Plymouth in the top goal.
Most goals by subs. Mansfield are up there with 12.
Substitutes.
Plymouth. Fuck off.
That's Rory, one of those who have come on. The Moroccan international has just signed a new long-term deal here, but this is his Premier League debut.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Oh, 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 oh. We're having a party, we're having a party.
Onto it. Marshall is occupying Koleosho's position, whereas Zaruri has taken up the place that was occupied previously by Amdouni.
Having a bit of fun.
This is Coutinho. Now by Rodri.
Yep.
Rodri's defensive importance in that first half should be underlined. It might have been a different story, but for him.
Say. Come on, boy. That's the ball. Come on, come on.
Quality, you know that before the game starts.
So Rory's kick held back by Brun Larson. Just wouldn't fall for them.
Actually, that was a deliberate ploy to put her in that low and just let it go through the legs.
Jeez.
Erling Haaland is. Alvarez was furthest forward then. Haaland. Larson and Zaruri trying to do what their predecessors had done and just give Manchester City no time to settle, and it is paying dividends. Here's Alderkeel. Coutinho. Worker across ahead of Zaruri. Again, Manchester City having to react quickly because of the pressure that was being applied. Feeling just before the substitutions that City were just stroking it around
Yep.
their own leisure.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Trying to get it in behind for Erling Haaland, and Trafford makes his decision, and it's
They've only been just half an hour into this, 45 minutes into the season already. Pep's already had an argument with a player.
In this game, to play a little bit more, really good there from Rico Lewis.
Well, I just think it's hilarious.
How great the football is from them playing through the lines, playing with wide players, all those different things that we have.
It just, yeah. But Aaron wasn't like he was paying attention to that.
Yeah, it wasn't foul, he just catches him with the heel and he can actually.
The cameraman's only there doing his job.
who has to explain the decision of the man in the middle.
But it wasn't Aaron was just walking. It was Pep that did it. That's the annoying thing about it.
Berger.
Oh, go on. Ow. Yeah. And there'd be one thing that Aiden would be happy about. Tyler Adams is staying at Leeds. Yeah, because you couldn't agree. I wouldn't be surprised if Leeds wanted more money. But the problem is, you've got to. So what's the point? What's the point of him having a release clause if you wanted more money when his release clause is set at a certain price? And Gananta wants to leave, but Leeds are refusing to sell him. So that means there's going to be a big, massive rift at the club, and it's going to be because of him. And that's the thing. If you get rid of him for a certain price, you'll be able. Yep, and Leeds are saying no because they want to keep him, but he doesn't want to be there. But it's come out publicly. But also you got to think. Well, any money you get for him, you could use that to maybe get a better striker and get someone with a bit more experience in to actually get you the goals or be up front. You say 100 mil. Apparently, we're working on 115 mil bid at the moment. Yeah. And thank you, Caicedo, for being loyal. What? He's loyal because he could have, there and then, could have decided, oh, I don't want to go to Chelsea, I'll go to Liverpool because they put a bid in for him. He literally turned them down and said he wants to go to Chelsea over Liverpool because we've been in for him literally since the window started. And because of that, he wanted to be loyal to us and literally stay with the interest. Liverpool did. They put 111 mil in and he still rejected it. Even though Brighton accepted it, but the player didn't want it. So it shows that that football club is more about the club and not about the player. Yeah, because apparently for the Liverpool game we got 6 players out, but there are only 6 players that are out because they've already been injured from the previous season that are still injured, including Nkunku's the only newest one. All the others been injured from last season are still injured, still in their getting fit stage, but are not fit enough to play actual game time.
I mean, that has been the message at half time for Pep Guardiola to his players. Be a lot more direct, get that ball in behind that defensive Burnley. They're pushing up high, the man marking. You've been very unfortunate, Man City. It hasn't just felt.
Oh, you're lucky there that the ball didn't go to Haaland then, or you would have been in trouble.
Well, Burnley started this match with 7 players who haven't played in the Premier League before. Jordan Bayer being one of them, and he's suffering the effects. We're about to use
Wow.
10th player who's not played in this division before.
Even Fabrizio Romano has just come out with something about the Caicedo thing,
4 appearances.
and when he said something, you know it's true.
The club's goal of the season, the title clincher against Blackburn Rovers. And he is going to get a run out on Burnley's big night, which at the moment threatens to fall flat in terms of the result. But can they change the narrative? They considered changing the substitution because of the problem with Bayer. But puzzlement here because they're holding up the number 36 and there's no 36 on the team sheet. Confusion reigns as another card is handed in. The numbers. So it is Bayer who's gone off after that issue he had with cramp. Maybe it was a little more than just cramp.
No, well, my mate Bobby from the Royal Dyche before the game told me Benson was his favourite player, so he'll be absolutely delighted that he's got on the pitch. Maybe not too happy with the scoreline.
Come on, boy. Score, please. Score against Man City so they can be. They're not invincible, and they can be broken through.
That Vincent Company had to do to get the club's name changed. Was it win the league or win the Champions League?
Win the lot, yeah, win the lot. Of course, yeah. You shouldn't forget, listen, Sean Dyche, legendary figure at this club. I think one season finished 7th in the Premier League, so shows the job he did.
And there's another free kick. Challenge was Maldicchio. Less tolerance of dissent in the dugout this season, and Pep Guardiola has
Pep Guardiola's got booked.
yellow card as a result.
Pep, you're gonna get so much bookings this year for how much you like to argue at the ref.
With Enzo Maresca and Rodolfo Borrell having moved on to pastures new. Maresca now managing Leicester.
Good crossing from the. Oh, you lucky Rodri, lucky git.
To complete
You had to have help by a Burnley player, which he stopped it for you.
for the champions. And in hammering it home, he made it look so easy.
3-0, folks. Rodri.
Yeah, go back to set pieces and how important they are. You come up against Manchester City, 3-0 down. 2 of the goals have come from set pieces. Rodri goes forward, and he just finds himself almost going with his head with the ball when maybe he should go with his foot. It's just a scramble, just falls to Rodri.
Jesus, and then he just goes and hammers it. He knew he broke the net.
Maybe a slight handball from Nathan Aki.
Okay.
There's not too much in that really. It's a great delivery, and it really is. City. And for all that great football that we associate them with, set pieces is vitally important for every team in any division. That's what will frustrate Vincent Kompany, but they've done a lot of right things here tonight.
Burnley in this game have actually been playing very well. They've been creating chances, it's just Man City are just too good.
Who completed the glorious treble for Manchester City with a goal in the Champions League final.
But what doesn't help Man City is Kevin De Bruyne who got injured within 22 minutes of the season. Hey, here he comes, the player that Chelsea been looking at for years, but couldn't get him. But then as soon as City put one bid in for him, he accepted it, which is Garvadol. Why did we never go in for him?
Burnley shaking up at all here. Shea was aimed at. Foden it is who cleared. Taking a leaf out of Edison's book with his high starting position. Here's Connor Roberts. Feeds Alvarez.
Sounds like it's stressing you out, Fortnite.
But it's unrelenting from Manchester City. Rodri stepping in again. This time the free kick is given. Rodri looking at the bench, almost willing to substitute him in again, but here come the changes anyway, and here comes the debut of Josko Gvardiol. He's on in place of Rico Lewis. Nathan Ake is also off as Aymeric Laporte comes on. And there will be no hat-trick for Erling Haaland tonight. Just the double.
He's back on a bang, isn't he? As soon as the Premier League starts, he comes alive. This finish is just absolutely exquisite. He doesn't seem too bothered about the Charity Shield. We saw it last week, we saw it last season against Liverpool, but as soon as the Premier League starts, he's on it. Little high five from the boss. Back mates now.
Well, losing the Community Shield in the last couple of years hasn't been detrimental to Manchester City's title ambitions. And they're certainly making a strong start here. Of course, Haaland has already scored a hat-trick against Burnley. When he did so in the FA Cup, it came off the back of another one against Leipzig, where he tore through a defence that included Josko Gvardiol. Foster.
Go on, Burnley. Ah.
Gvardiol now happy at least that he'll be on the same side as Haaland and not opposing him.
He might be that good for you, he might not want to leave.
Here's Benson. Gvardiol with a touch that carries it behind the ball. An outstanding World Cup. They're still giving it a go. There's Connor Roberts. Zaruri.
Not bad. Sorry.
Amongst those forward here for the corner.
Ah, twat.
Something to give them to remember tonight. Brun Larsen with a header over.
So.
I mean, that's an unbelievable stat, that. Money City just shows how much Pep Guardiola values defenders. He's got so many centre halves on the books, maybe 5 or 6 as well. We know he won the Champions League last season with those 4 centre
Oh,
halves
that's bad.
in that back 4. It's associated with pretty passing, tiki-taka football, but who knows how important it is to have that balance, and that's why to be desperate. To be with that clean sheet, goalkeeper and defenders, Rodri in front as well. That's the big thing that stands out with me, Manchester City, the real balance between attack and defence.
It's £150 million worth of defenders that he's actually brought on in the closing stages of this match. A victory against Burnley, and they were last in the Premier League.
Oh, that's a good ball. Put the ball in the box. Corner.
So Rory with a corner. Do have a little bit of concern about Manuel Benson. He is waiting in the area for this corner, and Edison came and slipped. Actually, was he impeded?
We're jack shite.
We saw that incident in the first half with Rico Lewis being struck by an object.
Wow.
Our reporter Patrick Davison actually has an update on that situation. Patrick?
Well, we've got an update from Burnley, a club statement. It reads like this: we are aware of an incident that happened in the first half of the match where a missile was thrown at Rico Lewis. This is unacceptable. The person responsible has been identified and removed from the ground by police. Any individual found guilty of throwing missiles within the stadium will receive a banning order.
Jeez. Can't believe there's already been bad behaviour already by fans on the first game of the Premier League season already.
Here's Silva.
No, just one fan went over and Man City put it over in the corner, and one fan decided to throw a missile at him.
Kovacic.
But it's just stupid.
Now Alvarez. Rodri.
But the rules are if anyone does anything like that now, they can get a banning order.
By Laporte.
Yeah, because the banning order could be up to like 5 years, and it could be like they won't be able to go and watch their team for 5 years.
His, City career as a substitute on the left-hand side, and amongst those getting forward here as
Foden.
comes through on the opposite flank with help from Alvarez. Oh, and unfortunately we've had an intruder just try to come onto the pitch.
And now they've now got an invader trying to get onto the pitch.
Alvarez. So another unfortunate incident to blight Burnley's night on their return to the Premier League.
Yeah, a couple of incidents tonight. You know, we're back. The Premier League's back. We're all
What an idiot trying to get on the pitch.
Good game. He'll be proud of his players, but a couple of idiots. Trying to get themselves involved in the proceedings. Thankfully, they've both been dealt with.
Well, the rest of the crowd showing their disapproval for the intruder. It's a concern that Pep Guardiola could have done without. The fact that an intruder got close, not dreadfully close, but close to one of his players. He's already had one concern tonight, one blot on the landscape with the injury for Kevin De Bruyne. Apart from that, he'll regard this as a night's work well done. Ahead of the European Super Cup, which comes up against Sevilla in 5 days' time.
Yeah, I don't think you should underestimate this result for Manchester City. You think of maybe how far behind they are, barely, in terms of coming back. It was well documented how early Vincent Company had his team back in. Manchester City had such a long season.
Here's Foden.
Ooh, nearly 4-0 there. I needed you to score, Phil.
A big season, Phil Foden. A bit frustrating for him, second half of the last campaign.
No, fuck off, Phil. A.k.a. Phil Foden.
And there's not many better sights than watching Phil Foden run with the ball, as we just saw earlier, running through at that back four.
Because Pieface calls Phil, famous phrase that he used to call Phil Foden. He used to say, fuck off, Phil. Fuck off, Phil.
It'll be really interesting to see where he finally nails a position down. I almost felt when David Silva moved on, he'd almost filled that role, that left side of the midfield three. It didn't quite happen.
So I'm going to get 3 points for Phil Foden and 20 points for Haaland for tonight's game.
Not last season. And Bernardo Silva, two quality players, but sooner or later he's
Why?
going to do that.
Here's Guardiola.
You can't get onto it. Why?
Now Rodri.
If you were trying to get onto it today, it was because they were doing an update on it on the app.
Bernardo Silva.
But I've managed to get on mine.
Rodri. Walker.
So you're not doing it. So you're not doing it this year, or this season.
He was a teammate of James Trafford in that England Euro Under-21 success. In fact, it was his free kick deflected in by Curtis Jones that won England the trophy. Now Guardiola. Silva. Kovacic. Given away by Akanji and Foster. Given a glimpse of a run at the City defence, shepherded away in the end by Akanji and by Rodri. Corner's given.
Yeah, a little mistake there by Akanji. She is disappointed with himself, but we showed a stat before of the amount of money Pep has spent on defenders and in his time at Manchester City, but I think he came in for 15 million. He was absolutely outstanding, wasn't he? Playing right across that back four. So it's not just about spending big money on players or defenders. Not getting the
I know you hate Jamie Carragher.
and they certainly did with him.
Everybody hates Jamie Carragher.
Nearly a year ago since Akanji came in and proved such a useful contributor. A little bit more added time in the second half than in the first. It's 6 minutes, mainly as a result, I'm sure, of these substitutions, of which there will now be more. Josh Brownhill, who's coming on in place of Sander Berger, is actually from a family of Manchester City fans, of whom he is one. So he'll get 6 minutes against his boyhood club. Nathan Redmond will get
6 minutes.
debut as he comes on for Lyle Foster. Redmond, who
Hey, back in English football now, Nathan Redmond.
he had a particularly animated discussion with him at the end of one game. I think he felt he'd been time wasting and that he was a better, more talented player than that and didn't need to go to those kind of levels.
Can't get away there with that now, can you? Time wasted.
It certainly has been clamped down on in a big way. We haven't seen too much of it tonight.
No, I can understand you know, people who criticise it and see something like 10, 11 minutes going rubber just
Sorry.
there, you know, 5 minutes in the first half, 6 minutes in the second half. Hasn't been too much time wasted at all. That's maybe just for substitutions. When the goal Manchester City scored, but you start seeing players not
We've got Newcastle, Aston Villa, Brentford, Tottenham. And there's us, Chelsea, Liverpool. Yay.
Walker.
And then we're live next weekend as well.
Zaruri, and I think
And then we're live the following weekend after. We're very popular.
entire game.
Yeah, he catches her, but I mean, it doesn't look great.
He actually put the yellow card back in his pocket while he thought about it and then gets it out and shows him.
He gets away from you, and you know Kyle Walker's just going to get there. There's no doubt he's just trying to reach for the ball, but Kyle Walker gets there too quick, and he's caught him high up the back of the car. So it's not a nice challenge. He realises he's being caught, and he just stretches for the
Nah. Oh, could this be a red card? Oh my God, that is a red card. That is dangerous, and that's especially on Kyle Walker,
To review
with how quick he is.
and so Craig Pawson on Michael Oliver's advice
But you know,
to take a second
because
look at this challenge.
the one thing is, you can definitely tell if it's a bad challenge, because it's very rarely Kyle Walker will stay down.
I think it's going to be very difficult for him.
Contact is what's throwing the referee.
But he's had every type of challenge going, and he just gets straight back up and gets on with it. It's very rare you see him down for a long period of time.
Sees Kyle Walker there, and when you see that, the challenge is going to go off with that.
In about,
Well, we saw the ref himself.
they'll sort this out, and within about 5 seconds he'll be running fine.
Showed the yellow card, then advised to go to
That's what footballers
the
do.
and having looked at the monitor, the inevitable is coming here for Anas Zaruri. So the yellow card that was shown is cancelled. The red card.
Red card, bye-bye.
And it is turning into a bad night for Burnley in a couple of respects. We've had 2 incidents involving the crowd. The sending off for Anas Zaruri that is going to mean a
Burnley are down.
for him and heading towards an opening night defeat.
It was a red card, not for VAR's fault. We've got to the right decision. He'll be disappointed. Obviously going to lose the player now.
Not a bad player.
Tonight, but in the future, and this one, Kyle Walker's not too bad. Things are really just.
I'm just saying it out loud.
Certainly saw Kyle Walker make that run in behind him. It was just a desperate challenge, a lunge. The pace of Kyle Walker just got to the ball first, and that looked like a really poor challenge, which it was.
Well, James McAtee has come on with Carl Walker off. City not needing to take any risks at all now, and firmly close to conceding a fourth as Laporte got forward. The header was directed at James Trafford. So confirmation of McAtee's arrival in place of Carl Walker.
I mean, you can see the pitch as a whole when the referee goes to look at the screen, and I think the next step forward, myself in Europe, we can hear what is getting said in the VR. Well, the next step, I think, how I'm getting on the officials is to put that footage out so the supporters they can hear what's actually getting fed to the referee from Stockley Park and why they're coming to that decision. That one was pretty obvious. We could all see the images, but it is really interesting to listen to the process and how they get to certain decisions. I'm sure one day we will get there.
There's been a bit of a move towards it at the Women's World Cup, hasn't there, with the referees' decisions being broadcast. Silva.
I mean,
Here's Benson. Here's O'Shea. Benson. Here's Laporte.
Owen Moore, Owen Moore, Owen Moore, Owen Moore, Owen Moore, Owen Moore.
He struggled since he came on as Benson. He's suffering again.
Simply struggling, as you say, Rob, when he faces
That's some days.
uncomfortable.
Owen Moore, Owen Moore.
We talk about the added time. You see the clock going now. Obviously, you've got the Kyle Walker situation now. This as well. That's why the time.
Oh, I was gonna.
than the 6 minutes.
Oh yes, tomorrow we get to do that meme again. The kid from In Between His movie, aka Miguel Almiron. Yeah, cause aka Miguel Almiron. And he goes, Manchester? Are you from Manchester?
Here's Rodri.
We don't talk about violence.
Manchester City plant the seeds of another successful campaign. It will need some nurturing by Pep Guardiola.
Full-time folk, Burnley 0, Manchester City 3. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the stream. Like, sub and subscribe. There will be a playlist coming out on the channel soon for just for the Premier League. There'll be one for Serie A. There'll be one for League 1. But all will be going on to the football watch-on players as well. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys for Sunday stream between Chelsea and Liverpool. Hopefully to see how Pochettino does on his opening competitive game as manager. Like